with maps, I was thinking actually, with this book, I was thinking, I've got two ideas. Either I include like 15 maps, right? Because I was on a podcast the other day, and like one of the only like he'd look me up and stuff. And he's like, I heard you don't like maps, and then I had to fully explain. I mean, no, I don't not like maps.
What podcast was it?
It was some Okie dude. He's on YouTube. His name's some Okie dude. He does interviews with lots of writers and readers and stuff.
So he obviously prepped.
Yeah,
by watching one of ours.
He hasn't uploaded it yet. So when he does upload it, I'll send it to you. And awesome. Yeah, he asked me about it. But basically, I was like, look, I love fantasy maps. I actually love them. It's the question was about world building. I can't remember who the author was. He's wasn't he Victorian? The guy that you asked, Blood of the Eagle. Is that the guy who wrote?
You're
asking about world building because he does a lot of intense world building, and I do have maps, and I it's just whether or not I think it's that thing of like people being rigid on what is expected. I feel sometimes that when someone has an expectation, like you must do this, a big part of me is like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like I'll almost do the opposite of that, just to spite you a little bit. So with the fantasy maps thing, I was like, no, like let's not put a map in. Let's see what happens. Like, and okay, so one idea is I'm like, we'll stuff you. I'm going to throw 15 maps in. I'm going to. There's a bit where like he's I'm going to throw maps in of cities that he doesn't even visit in the story. Like, here's a map that's completely irrelevant that you don't need.
Yeah.
Or second to that, I was thinking, what if I get like 10 reviewers to just draw their own map? I'm like, all right, can you draw a map of what you think the world looks like? And then I'll include all 10 of them and make them all canon.
I challenge you to write a book called Maps.
Yeah. Or I'll do like I'll do one of those blank books on Amazon where it's like I'll be like, because the world's called Sahul, so I'll be like, maps of Sahul, and it's just a blank like notebook. You just draw your own. Yeah. So either of those two ideas I'd be fine with. Awesome. But like there's a bit where he's in bed with a young woman, and I was thinking, I'll include the map of her bedroom as a map, or the map of the tavern that he gets drunk in for one scene. Like I'll just include an entire detailed map of like where the mugs are and all of that.
Like, what do they call it? What do they call it? The government, when you have like your house plan. That's it.
Yeah. I'll show the drainage systems of like the inn and the city. I'll show the plumbing, all of that. Yeah. Okay, one other thing I was going to say about maps is I've always found